Hey y'all, welcome back to Simple Graceful Home. And my name is Angie and we're in my kitchen. And today we're going to talk about water-glassed eggs. I do not have experience in this. This is going to be my first time. Well, I say this is going to be my first time. Last year I water-glassed these eggs and they are dated 3/17/21. So March 17th, 2021. That was nearly a year ago. We're going on a year anyway, since we're in February. And there's 17 eggs. So I have a few containers, 3, I think, half-gallon jars of eggs that I just wanted to see how this worked, if it was worth it, basically, before I started doing like 5-gallon buckets or something. And so water-glass eggs are just a way that to preserve your eggs to eat down the road, right? And how I kind of understand it, I don't know how this happens, but it's with pickling lime, right? So that's why I pull this bag out. This is what I use, pickling lime, to water glass my eggs. There is a ratio of pickling lime solution to the water. What that is offhand, I do not recall, and I will try to find it and put it in the comments, in the description below. But I thought today what we would do is boil some of these eggs and then also just scramble some up and see if they are good. I mean, they're almost a year old. I'm a little hesitant, but we're going to try it out. If London doesn't, knock my camera over. Hey, handsome boy. Hi. Well, it's always fun when you're trying to film with little ones around, so it's entertaining to say the least. But okay, so we're going to try this out. So I'm just going to take 2 eggs and I'm going to scramble them. I'm going to boil 2 eggs. First, we're going to boil eggs since that takes longer, obviously. I'm going to use a spoon. There's a pot. It's already got water in it. I'm just going to use a spoon. I'm going to pull 2 eggs out. Now, I got these eggs last year these aren't even from my chickens. I didn't have chickens laying at the time last year when I got these. So these are from a lady at church. We have a local organic egg farmer. I don't know what you call him. That's what he does, right? He raises chickens to lay organic eggs and he sells them on a large scale. And there's a bunch of eggs he gets in the beginning when they're just not big enough. They have to be a certain size and all that stuff. And so I got a bunch of eggs in that way, but they're still really big. So I was like, okay. Anyways, so I'm going to rinse these off first. So I just rinsed them off. We're going to stick them in the pot with water. And we're just going to stick them on the back burner. When it comes to a boil, I'll put a timer for 5 minutes. Then we're going to take 2 more eggs. Rinse 2 more eggs off. Okay, now we're going to see what it looks like on the inside. Oh, it's watery. I don't know. Let's see if this one does the same thing. It's pretty watery. It smells like normal egg, so I don't know. I also did hear that when some people did them, the ones at the top were not as great, but when you got further to the bottom, that's where most of the solution settles, that those were better. So I think we'll scramble these 2 up, we'll taste them, and then we're going to pull all the eggs out and get the 2 on the very bottom and see what those look like. All right. Excuse me. Now, if I'm being honest with you, I don't usually scramble my eggs like this. Normally, I just throw them in my pan with some type of fat, butter, lard, coconut oil, olive oil, whatever. whatever's on the hand. Today I'm going to use butter. Turn the stove on. Put it on low. A little bit of butter in there. Nice and hot pan is so key. You know, so nothing sticks. I'm kind of I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. So, we're actually going to make sure we make them taste nice at least, right? Okay. There we go. Pour your eggs. I mean, they're at least a really nice color. So hopefully that's good. A little salt. A little pepper. We eat lots and lots of eggs. And honestly, I have not ran out of eggs at all this year. I was kind of surprised. I expected my chickens to, you know, stop for a time. And they definitely slowed down in production, but I still got a couple eggs at least every day. Some days I got like 5, 6 eggs. Right now I'm on average 5 eggs. Yesterday I got 7. So that's pretty awesome, right? So here's where we keep eggs, right here. So I love this thing because, you know, when you put them on here, the oldest ones drop to the bottom and that's where you pull from. So that's my favorite. Because before I couldn't keep track of what was old and what was new. I didn't know how to do that. Makes my life easy. If I have too many eggs, I just give them away. Okay. I do not like wet scrambled eggs. I know some people do. I like my eggs fully cooked, unless they're fried, then I just like them over medium, which means the white's all the way cooked and the yellow is running. Not over easy. I don't really like the white running. So. I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie. I mean, you know, they're year-old eggs. I mean, I can't expect them to taste exactly like, you know, fresh eggs. Like if I cracked an egg open right now, I can't expect that, right? But I can expect them to taste like eggs. They seem pretty soft. They don't seem very rubbery or anything. So we're just going to put a little bit on our plate. Okay, we're going to grab a little fork. Eggs. This is what they look like. They're hot. Nice hot eggs. But now it's time to find out the truth about these eggs. Okay. Oh, let's see what happens. They smell fine. I mean, they were watery, so I don't know. I have to psych myself up. Okay. They taste just like my eggs. Okay, alright, I'm impressed. Yeah, they're good. They're totally fine. They're not, oh, it's totally good. Okay. So I guess the really wateriness didn't really affect it. Which I was totally thinking that means something. I don't know. Okay, but now let's look at the two on the bottom. Let's check that out. All right, I went and got me a bowl. start pulling these eggs out, right? My water is boiling, so I started my timer. I wonder what that's going to be like since they're runny on the inside. I broke this one. Let's get that out. Break any others. Are getting there. Trying to get the two on the very bottom. It could be any two, I guess it doesn't have to be. Here's one. And here's one. There's a few on the bottom, so. Okay. I'll rinse these off. And just in case anybody's wondering, I'm rinsing them off because I read that you don't want the solution on your eggs when you crack them because they can make your eggs taste funny. So I don't know, but I don't want to chance it. I was nervous as it was. Okay, bottom eggs. Is this going to be better or is it going to be really runny? Well, it's runny. Still running. That one held together a little bit better, but it's still very runny. It's not like it doesn't hold together the way it does when you crack a fresh egg. And we'll look at that. Fresh egg. A couple days. Comes out of just an egg, you know, completely together. Let's look at these. Okay, this is the fresh egg. It came out nicely. This is all the water glassed egg. One yolk stayed together, but very liquidy. And let's do this. Since I cracked this egg already, I'm just gonna rinse it off. All right, and then we're gonna crack it. My one-handed crack. You can see how thin it is. It's been a while, obviously. Look. So it just plops out. Very watery. And then I got a baby down there. Hi, London. He's tearing my house up, but it's okay. Anyways, okay, so fresh egg. We're seeing the difference, right? Comes out nicely. So different, right? But again, these tasted just fine. So I don't know. Now what am I gonna make eggs with? So I think I was thinking about baking with these just to know, and I believe these would be great to bake with. I'm not sure how the boiled eggs are going to turn out because, well, you know, if it's so runny on the inside, like how does it boil up? So this is going to be very interesting. All right. Now it's time to check the boiled eggs. And while they were boiling, I could tell there was crack in them. You know, when you boil your eggs, sometimes they crack open and all that good stuff. And they did that. But what they didn't do was exude that egg, the white of the egg, out how it can happen. And instead, whenever I boil eggs, instead of just letting them pour them out and everything, I actually pour the water out and I put ice in it, pour a little water in it for a water bath. And so what I noticed was doesn't even look now like there was ever a crack. It went back to very tiny looking crack. Like you can't tell just immediately looking at it, but if you feel on it, you can tell it was cracked. So I don't know if I can show this to you. Let's see. Let's try a different way. So, cracking. Let's see. That's a crack. Like, that's a little crack right there. If you can see it or not. See, it looks like a hair. You see, it goes all the way up there. So I just thought that was so interesting. Because I've never had, you can tell right here, it almost looks like there's a double layer on there. But, so strange. I've never had it just go right back like this. There we go. Okay, so time to crack these suckers open and see what we got. See how well they peel too, because, right? They're definitely not as easy to peel, but not the worst eggs I've ever peeled. Okay, well, get it. Well, this is what we got. Oh, and it's still running on the inside. Ugh. Ugh. I don't want to eat that. Ugh. No. Okay, now let's check this other one. Maybe because it's smaller, it cooked better. But 5 minutes is how long I boil eggs for. And it always works. I like them not crazy hard, but just barely cooked, basically is how I like them. That was a really big egg though, like really big. Again, not too easy to peel. Not the worst, but my eggs peel easier than this though. The ones I get for my chickens. Again, these have been water glass for a year, so I mean, I can't expect them to be just like other eggs. Okay, here we got. Ready? We're going to cut it in the middle. They're still not quite cooked. I mean, they're almost cooked all the way. Some people probably wouldn't mind, but this one actually is together better. So, but it's still, see right there in the middle, it's still pretty. I wouldn't eat this. But again, if I cooked it longer, it might be okay. I am just very funny about that runny white. Some people don't care. But it smells fine. And this, like I said, the egg yolk is intact in this one. So that's nice to see. This one, not so much. It's just like out everywhere. It's kind of a mess. It's a mess. So, my verdict on water glass eggs. I will definitely do this. I will only scramble eggs, cook with eggs. Say cook with eggs, I'm sorry. Bake with eggs. When I do that though, I don't think I'll boil them because I don't really care to waste food. And so if they're just hard to boil, then I won't bother with it. But also, I don't really like that it's so soft in the middle, right? And so it becomes really runny. And so I imagine, I just can't try it. I'd like to try it to see if it's rubbery or if it still has the same texture. But I just can't get past the whites. But regardless, I don't care I like the yolk to be whole, and especially when you boil eggs. And if I want to make deviled eggs or something like that, which my kids will love, so I make those actually for lunch on a regular basis. So I don't want to, I don't want to waste them like that. So in the future, I will do this, especially if our chickens start laying a crazy amount of eggs coming up. We are in February, and you know, our Americanas didn't lay. They take longer to lay than other breeds usually. And we just have one start laying. And here's one of her tiny eggs. Look at this little tiny egg. And we'll show you a regular egg beside it because that might make more sense. Okay. Here we go. Ready? So there you go. Regular egg, new Americana egg. This is not her first one, I don't think, but it's close. Anyway, so yeah, I'm glad. I'm super impressed with the scrambled eggs for sure. I was definitely hesitant. But you know what? Here on our homestead, we definitely want to find ways to preserve what we can in case we need, or to share. I mean, we would like to share. We like to help if we can because people help us too. So that's really important. Okay, water glass eggs it is. Again, I will put in the description below the recommended water to lime pickling solution or powder. How you make this pickling lime? Okay, pickling lime. And yeah, man. All right, go and pickle y'all some eggs. I'm just kidding. Don't do that because that's different. That's a different thing. These are not pickled eggs. These are water glass eggs for preserving purposes. And that's what I am learning to do, right? Anyways, thank you for joining us here on Simple Grace-Filled Home, where London gets hurt and cries for his mama. And we are learning how to preserve, how to cook, garden, all those things. All kinds of things. We got a lot of big projects coming up. It's going to be crazy. So stay tuned and let me know, how do you feel about preserving your eggs? I know freezing is a way to go too. I just don't have the freezer space. So I don't do that. I reserve freezer space mostly for meat. That's totally off topic, but I'm just telling you, I just don't have the freezer space. But tell me, how do you preserve eggs? What are your favorite ways to cook them when you do that? And do you have success with those things? Because I need to know, right? I need to know. But thank you for being entertained with my egg experiment. I got that from my friend Laura. Isn't that right? At Treehouse Homestead. And thank y'all so much. Y'all take care. If you like us, please subscribe. Please hit that like button and please share. Right, London? Please share. Yes. Bye, y'all.